A Salt Lake City restaurant has been using an unusual payment method. They're saying, hey, you know what? Order what you like and pay what you think it's worth.
When we saw what they were doing, the head of Panera Bread decided he, too, wanted to give back to customers who'd fallen on hard times. The idea essentially uses the honor system. Joining us from West Newton, Massachusetts, to explain how this works is Ron Shake. He's the executive chairman and founder of the Panera Bread Company, a place that's familiar to many of us all over the country. Ron, good to see you. Thank you for being with us.
Good morning, Ali. How are you?
Ron, tell us about this. What was this experiment? Why did you decide to open up or pilot a store that had a pay what you will policy?
Yeah, Ali, it's very simple. Panera has been the most successful performing stock in the restaurant universe for the last 10 years. We have done that because we've been part of the communities in which we live. And it was very important for us to continue to try to find ways to make a difference in these communities. We give $100 million a year in donations. We wanted to do something more. I heard about this idea in Salt Lake City. I said, you know what? These guys had spent years trying to get this restaurant open. We open 2 restaurants a week. We operate 1,400 restaurants. We know how to do this. Maybe we should take a shot at it and step up and do something.
It's interesting because you said that the verdict a month later is that people are essentially good because for the most part, I think 60 to 70% of people just paid.
They pay more or they pay the same?
Well, 60 to 70% of people paid the same. And then you had a small percentage of people paying more and a small percentage of people paying less. How did you view the result?
Well, it is exactly right. I mean, you have to understand how it works. You walk in, and first we have to explain to you, how does this work? Because most of us have had tens of thousands of experiences in restaurants where the prices are what the prices are. We have to explain to you it's a cafe of shared responsibility. From there, people have to are given the suggested retail price. And then they make the choice what they want to leave. They go over to a donation bin, and they put the money in. We don't look at it. We don't know what they put in. It's up to them. The interesting part, the most interesting part, as you said, is 60% of the people leave the suggested amount, 20% leave more than the suggested amount, and 20% essentially leave less, and often much less. But to tell you the truth, go ahead.
Are you gonna open more of these?
We are, yeah. We don't know quite yet where, but and we will announce that in the next couple of weeks.
It's interesting. You tell the story about a family barely getting by. They were able to treat themselves out to a night out, them and their kids, which was a rarity for them. I mean, is that sort of the point here as well, that, as you talked about, just being able to provide a little bright spot for people, even though you're, just a place to eat?
Well, the truth of the matter is 1 out of 6 Americans today have food insecurity. 1 out of 10 are unemployed. We are not going to cure poverty with this, but we do make a difference in serving the Panera experience with dignity to lots of different people. And let me be clear, this isn't a soup kitchen. You don't know who is who. We have all kinds of people mixed in. It's a wonderful human experience.
Great conversation, Ron. Good on you and your company for doing that. Thanks very much for coming to talk to us about it.